Hey there, YouTube fans. This is Winter here, aka niece of Judge Peckinpah. And, much like Indigo did just a little while ago, I'm going to be talking about the differences between the book and the movie, the Angry Birds Movie 2. Right, here we go. First and foremost, First and foremost, it would be is the interactions between the interactions. What am I saying? Anywho, sorry, I didn't prepare my opening speech. Sorry. I guess I should listen to my Uncle Peckinpah about this stuff. Anyway, first of all, there is the flashback sequence. Wait, actually, no. First and foremost, there's the thing saying in the book that when the ice ball first lands on the beach on Piggy Island, it said that it froze everything surrounding the impact area, when really it actually just caused a few icicles to fly. And, well, that was it. There was no mention of anything actually freezing when it hit the water and stuff. Yeah. Another thing, hold on, let me think about this. I've read the book lots of times. Not before the movie came out, though, actually. Anyway. Okay. Come on, think, Winter. Oh yeah, there's also the usual dialogue changes. And also, Indigo forgot to mention this, they had this in the first movie, too. The occasional dialogue changes and lines that were never said in the actual movie, blah, blah, blah. Anywho, back to this movie and story. During the scene where Leonard and Red are getting their team together, the book mentions that they were walking through town, but in the movie, they were actually flying over it. Looks like pigs can fly after all, like Fly said. Yeah. In the movie, when Red and Leonard bust Bomb out of jail, or say his mother's house, Red uses a paper bag in the movie and pops it to scare Bomb into exploding. However, in the book, just Leonard and Red appearing out of nowhere is what scares Bomb into exploding. And it's there he's in jail, not at his mother's house. And, of course, Chuck draws the red mustache and dog picture on Leonard in the movie, but in the book, he doesn't. And, in the movie, they go into the Mighty Eagle's cave before deciding to go off to find Silver in the movie. In the book. But in the movie, they stay in the hot tub, was it? Or was it one of his lakes of wisdom? Who cares? Anyway. Back to the thing. And, of course, there's the occasional moments with the hatchlings as well. Like, for example, their ending to their subplot is never shown in the book, only in the movie. Also, the scene where they see Piggy Island and Bird Island getting bombarded with the ice balls is omitted too. Omitted is meaning never actually shown, not here anyway. Yeah. Second of all, there's this one moment that's actually really dark in the book, but thank goodness was never shown in the movie, where Zeta shows no remorse of killing anyone who stands in her way, or anyone who tells her no. Like, the moment with Steve, in the book, it was shown that he was actually dead. There was nothing left but his skeleton. How dark is that? Thankfully, in the movie, it's a little less dark, where Steve is actually frozen solid, alive. Yeah. Zeta did not have a good heart back then, when she was evil. Anyway, speaking of Zeta, there's a scene where she has Red and Silver captured and shows what she's going to do. In the movie, she just tells them her plans and what she intends to do to both Bird and Piggy Island. But in the book, however, she shows that she had not only single-handedly somehow managed to capture Chuck and Bomb, but also planned to kill them by dunking them in a pool of lava with them in a cage. Luckily, thankfully, they are saved by the miracle of... I get nauseous just even saying the word pig snot. Ugh. Yeah. In the book, that nasty, gross green stuff actually serves a purpose. A gracious purpose, but it's still disgusting to me all the same, so don't even... Ugh. Excuse me. Speaking of the pig snot, there's also the scene on the ship, or the submarine, where in the movie, Chuck and Silver are singing opera and Bomb joins in, much to the annoyance of Red. In the book, however, they are actually playing a hand-slapping game, where, like patty cake, baker's man, blah, 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 that stuff. They were singing their own, which was getting on Red's nerves, naturally. And there's one gadget that was never shown in the movie, the Everything Ever pocket knife, that Gary shows them, that shows them everything they could ever have, and Silver points out how would it fit in the pocket, and Larry, what is wrong with me? Gary actually responds to this by putting the knife's chain in his pocket. The pocket knife itself, as it's so big, can't possibly fit in a pocket. Yeah. And for some odd reason, in the book it says that the eagle detector is gold, when it's actually silver. Oh, brother. Anyway, back to the story. Red actually loses his temper more in this movie, in the book, actually. Like, for example, when he decides to go off on his own, he lashes out at the team saying they can go back to their submarine and, in the book. And he just goes off on his own. Like, he lashes out a little bit more at them. But it's softened a little bit in the movie. Anyway. Also, the scene where Red and Silver try to get into the superweapon, they're actually on the top of a volcano. But it was in the movie, they're actually inside the volcano when Red is trying to do his little swing maneuver thing. Yeah. Epic fail for him. Now, in the movie, Red actually cuts the power supply cord to what he thinks is the super weapon. But in the book, he simply just pulls the plug. And of course, it's actually to the microwave. And not to mention, Red is knocked out by a half-frozen burrito that was in the microwave that was being heated up by Hank. However, in the movie, Hank actually single-handedly just wipes Red out, knocks him out, with a flick of his wing. Yeah, that dude's got some muscle. And, not to mention, in the bathroom scene, Courtney actually objects going into the boys' bathroom. I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. Anyway. In the bathroom. In the movie, Chuck accidentally knocks Brad, the Eagle Guard, out when trying to get the key card. In the book, however, Chuck manages to cut the cord just in time before Brad exits the bathroom. And what upsets him? That the guard didn't wash his hands. Yeah, that's understandable nowadays. And anyways, there's never a dance-off in the book, oddly enough. Yeah. And Chuck and Harvey's costume actually gets destroyed by it getting caught in the door. And when the costume falls apart in the book, the team falls out of it. And Carl and Jerry almost notice them. In the movie, however, the costume falls apart due to Chuck's fast motions and when he panics when he sees Red and Silver are captured. And when the costume falls apart, the whole team's exposed, but they don't fall out. Yeah. Let me see. Is there anything else? Oh, yeah. The ending battle. One of Chuck's sticky notes actually falls off. And when he tries to stick it back on, his tongue gets stuck to the camera. And he's stuck hanging there like a sitting duck in the book. In the movie, however, Chuck's plan goes off without a hitch. Yeah. And, another thing. I don't think Leonard was ever burned by a lava tube in the book. No, he wasn't. That's right. And the outfits that Leonard and Courtney and Gary used to get up to the super weapon, or at least to the lever, I think are different. Sleek speed skater outfits. Unless you count those spandex things as... Actually, I think those are figure skater outfits. Anyway, Leonard looks weird that way. Same goes for Gary, and, well, I suppose Courtney could look good in that. Yeah, she does. But who am I? I'm not a fashionista or anything. And Zeta actually starts firing the lava balls early. Yep, that's right. She skips the countdown and goes ahead with firing lava balls and at Bird and Piggy Island, while Red and Silver are still trying to are still in the ice ball. Yeah, it's really weird how a lot of these things, how many differences between the book and the movie there are. Anyway, like I said before, and Courtney's the one who actually ends up falling all the way back down the lava ball chute, all the way down to the super weapon. But in the movie, it's Gary who actually falls into another section of the slide and almost falls off. And the lever never breaks in the book, but it does in the movie. Yeah, so Courtney's the one who actually ends up getting mistaken for an ice ball and manages to get the equal detector to the pigs before the lava ball, or the ice ball with Red and Silver in it, passes. But in the movie, Chuck actually gets it from Gary and manages to, and well, you've seen the movie before, surely, so you should know what happens. Anywho, as I was saying, well, yeah, and as usual, hold on, I can never. Oh, right. Like, for example, in the movie, here's the biggest con for me. My Uncle Peckingpaw never appears in the movie, except in the photograph with, all the Angry Birds together. But in the book, he makes several appearances, like when Bird and Piggy Island are getting attacked, and at the end, when they present a statue to Red to honor him for saving their islands. But that never happened in the movie either. No statue was ever shown. Although that would have been cool to see. Okay, anyways. And like I said before, the ending of the hatchlings subplot was never shown in the book. Yeah. And oddly enough, now that I think about it, Matilda was never really shown or even appeared in the book. In the movie, she does. I just now realized that. Well, now. I guess the more you know. Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much all I can think of at the moment. Oh, before I go, one more thing. I watched in a storyboard that Ross, Leonard's original assistant from the first movie, was originally going to be in Courtney's place, but for some reason or another, I guess they decided to put Courtney in Ross's place, between you and me, to add more girl power. I think that was a nice move on their part. Plus, Courtney and I have a lot in common. We became friends recently, well, as of late, sometime after the stuff happened, and, not to mention, we both love music. Yeah. Anywho, that's all I think. That's all the differences I can think of from the first movie and the book. You know, from the movie and the book. Or, wait. During when Mighty Eagle was telling a story, in the movie, Zeta was sad and almost about to cry at the wedding. But in the book, she's very angry. Like, villainous angry. Yeah, that too. Yeah. Oh, right. Gotta close this video. Oh, wait. Jeez, these memories are coming back up to me like... Anyway. In the movie, during the ending of the submarine scene where they're showing off the gadgets, you know, and whatnot, there are two endings to that version, to those chapters anyway. In the book, Chuck messes around with a laser pointer which burns a hole in the sub and starts to fill the sub with water. How this was never shown again, how they managed to get there without sinking, is anyone's guess. In the movie, however, I don't want to say it, but I know I got to for the sake of telling the differences. Anywho, in the movie, it was shown Bomb actually swimming in a vat of pig snot and eating it. Ugh. Okay, I think that's just about enough for this time, folks. Unless I'm missing something. Okay. Just suck it up. Suck it up. Suck it up. So gross. So gross. Anyway. I think I just remembered something else. The speed dating thing. Some of the couples that the birds come across sadly aren't Dahlia and Willow in the movie or in the book. Yeah, in the movie it is Dahlia and Willow. It's for the first time. It's very rare when Angry Birds characters interact. Those words sound too much alike. Interact with Angry Birds Stella characters. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. Instead, they're just abstract birds. Or random birds. And in the scene where Bomb is talking about the dirt stuff, it's Willow and she's looking admiringly at Bomb. But in the book, it's another girl bird and she's just uncomfortable and just faking a smile. That's all I have to say, I think. Unless I'm missing something else. No. Bomb does have some strange eating habits. Ugh, gross. Dirt and pig snot? Ew. Ew. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off before I barf. Okay, this is Winter saying goodbye, YouTube fans, and happy 13th anniversary, Angry Birds. You're still great, even if you are showing some gross stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go.